These are the most brutal moments in football. And first, one player's celebration sent him to the dugout. Literally. Dang, bro. Does this man want a concussion? I didn't think celebrations could be that embarrassing until this.
ชิปลูกนี้นิ่มๆเข้าไปเลยครับ2-0ครับโอ้ท่าแบบนี้แม่โอ้โหสุดยอดจริงๆครับมาโรยูรอม
Although it could be a lot worse. Like trying to get high off grass? Yo, somebody get this man some help ASAP. And Seamus Coleman also needs some help. See, bro was trying to mind his business when out of the blue, the unthinkable happened. One tackle and this man's leg went kaput. Prayers up for Seamus. Not all brutal moments end in tragedy. Some are just flat out humiliating. Mbappe only wishes he was like that. Yet, I'll never understand how Erling Haaland once scored 3 hat tricks in a single match.
Hauger, great move, perfect ball over the top again, and Haaland finishing. It's Haaland again!
There's a reason why Erling Haaland is in the Premier League, and I'm watching from my couch. However, North Korea should also be watching from their couch, because in 2023, they went head-to-head with Japan and tried taking lives.
越していく13番の佐藤もスピード上げていく
ちょっと今の悪質ですよ
後ろ自ら少しずつ持ち運んでいく馬場これは引っ張られてもうすでにカードを持っていますヘディングで競りました4番の山崎これは少し危ない形で倒れました13番の佐藤です手が入ってますよね、はい、ヘディングの競り合いの時ね
Not gonna lie, I'm not sure how North Korea didn't get disqualified, especially after this monstrosity.
疲れましたけど、今の時間はまた日本のペースになってますね。はい。
そして北朝鮮はこれもイエローカードが出ました。
How are you gonna pretend to punch their staff member and then take his water? Come on, man, that's like some Cobra Kai BS. But never in a million years did I expect to see a player lose his cool after scoring a goal. All right, bro. So we're gonna start beef with the advertising board now? That's wild. But for number 20, you might want to look away, as one man's horrific act left another man vomiting blood. Someone remind this man, this is another dude's livelihood at stake. But it's not just players getting caught in the crossfire. And in 1995, one fan started beef with the wrong Frenchman.
Oh, what's going on here? Cantona's getting involved with some supporters. Oh, this is outrageous.
The Kung Fu kick was crazy, but his response might be even crazier.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.
This fan hurled a racist comment at Eric Cantona and got compared to a seagull. Eric is not a man to be messed with. But Sadio Mane might be an even bigger G. After making a massive mistake, he showed the world his true character. The goalkeeper wasn't having it. And quite frankly, I'd be pissed too. But props to Mane for keeping his cool. That said, I'd be even more pissed at Manuel Neuer, because this dude caressed another man's face with his knee.
Comes Neuer, a long, long way. Big and a free kick the other way to go.
Most UFC fighters can't even hit a flying knee that accurately. Although our next moment isn't just brutal, it's borderline heartbreaking. See, in 2014, no one was more excited for the World Cup than Brazil. They got to hold the World Cup in their home country, and many pegged them as favorites to win it all. But when Neymar went down with a back injury in the quarterfinals, there was a massive mood switch. And once Brazil reached the semifinals, Germany made it evident that this was a different team.
Plenty of height on it, it's gone through! Germany score! Brazil 0, Germany 1 in the 11th minute from their first corner. Back into Lahm. Square, 6-0 it is. They might have number 7 here now. They have got 7. The Brazilians sink to their knees. The only word you can think of is total disbelief right now. Brazil 1, Germany 7.
The country was already suffering from losing Neymar, and Germany really just said, F that man. This reminds me of our next moment, when a single injury caused over 23,000 fans to go silent.
Ja, och så är det tufft mellan Tokmak-Ngoyen och Cornelius. Och här kommer kort för Tokmak-Ngoyen och det är rött. Det är, och nu får de nog hålla i Tokmak-Ngoyen tror jag.
Not cool, man. Not cool. That said, who I really feel bad for is Brazilian midfielder Tyson. This dude couldn't even play in the game, all because fans were trying to start beef. A middle finger and a thrown football. Bro wasn't having it. And honestly, I'm on Tyson's side for this one, because racial slurs are unacceptable. Although, I might feel even worse for Patrice Evra, because a single outburst cost him 10 grand and a 7-month ban. And it all went downhill because of this.
L'OM est à l'échauffement quand Patrice Evra perd ses nerfs. Chambré, insulté, le défenseur en vient aux mains avec ses propres supporters. Et ce coup de pied envoyé à l'un d'entre eux.
Alright, this man owes us an explanation, because I'm not even sure he had any regrets.
What happened with kicking the fan in France? The game didn't even start. I wasn't even in the start 11. Then they start booing, everything like whistling, and I went to get the ball. And one said, come on and step. I said, but guys, the game didn't even start. You're insulting the player. And one said, no, it's not about you, Patrice, it's about them. Then I said, but please, guys, like, you are here to support the team. And one of them say, stop acting like a monkey. But it's fine, because when I was 70 years old in Italy, people throw banana and make the monkey noise. It's not like I'm gonna switch off with that. Then after, why I switch off, he said, anyway, when we go back to Marseille, I'm gonna cut the throw of your wife and your kids. Jesus. That's why I take the ball, I kick the ball to them, and they come on the pitch. And they think I was going to run. So one of them came, I pretend like to punch him, and with my left side, bam, bit like on his face. And that's what happened. Of course, the referee gave me a red card.
Same with the Frenchman.
That's why I'm connected to Cantona.
My man wasn't in the starting 11. These fans were relentless. They owe him a gigantic apology. But if you really want to see things go downhill, just wait for Zlatan Ibrahimovic to open his mouth. See, Zlatan and Lukaku used to be teammates, so you'd think they'd be cool. But that didn't stop football's biggest bad boy from making things personal.
Lukaku didn't like that from his compatriot Salamakers, and Ibrahimovic and Lukaku exchanging words. Ibrahimovic and Lukaku both sanctioned with a yellow card, and Inter have lost their top scorer for a potential semi-final.
Dang, they got beef like a presidential debate. However, talking is one thing, and actions are a completely different story. And in 2021, a pair of actions made two players fear for their life. It all started in March when, out of the blue, Angel Di Maria was taken off the pitch, and millions of PSG fans were baffled. Only once they found out what really happened, they were terrified. It turns out Di Maria's wife and children were the victims of a violent burglary at their family home in Paris. And it's not just that. The burglars made out with roughly 500 grand worth of items. So Di Maria did what any man would do. He sold the house. But that wasn't all. During the same PSG game, Di Maria's teammate Marquinhos was also burgled. Unfortunately, the Brazilian's father was alone at home and was beaten around by these thieves. However, these two stories are far from the only two stories. An analysis done by Vice World News estimates that at least 80 of Europe's top football players have suffered the same fate. Take Karim Benzema, for example, because this man's house was robbed not once, not twice, but 3 times. And it's gotten so bad that players are now buying highly trained $40,000 guard dogs and $50,000 panic rooms. Like, honestly, it's a low-key necessity at this point. Yet, what if I told you that a song can also be brutal? Just for slightly different reasons. See, Spain had just won the Euro 2024, so you already know they were feeling themselves.
Cucucucurea, se come una paella. Cucucucurea, se bebe una estrella. Jala tiembla, que viene cucurea. Jala tiembla, toma una galleta.
And deep down, Holland was fuming. So the next time Holland and Cucurella went head-to-head, bro started sweating.
On towards Bernardo Silva. Here's Haaland. Can he get it? Yes, he can!
This dude went straight at this fool. It made him look like trash. But trash is what VLF Wolfsburg felt like against Bayern Munich. Because once Robert Lewandowski took the pitch, you could tell it was gonna be special.
Feats of Vidal, then Thomas Muller, and from Robert Lewandowski. And here they come again. Oh, superb goal from distance. Götze, Lewandowski for the hat-trick. Off the post, Lewandowski again. And somehow he's put it in. Oh my word. Oh, they haven't got it clear. Lewandowski goes for it again. Oh, he just can't do it. You just cannot be that good!
In 9 minutes, Lewandowski scored not 1, not 2, but 5 goals! Bro must have thought it was FC 25 or something. But our next moment is anything except for a video game. When Portugal and Netherlands faced off in the 2006 World Cup, things got so out of hand that fans called it the Battle of Nuremberg. A record 4 red cards and 16 yellow cards. Like, that's brutal. Low-key, what was the ref doing? However, what Luis Suarez did was way worse than any red card. Pay close attention to this exchange between Evra and Suarez. And obviously, something was in the air.
Unfortunately for him, I speak Spanish. I say, what did you say? And he said again, the N-word. And he said, anyway, I don't speak with any N, the N-word.
Seriously, bro? This dude Suarez should have been ejected. But I mean, the refs are right there, so he's gone, right?
By the way, even on the pitch, I said to the referee, did you hear what he just said? He called me with the N-word. Come on, Patrice. Play. We're going to deal with that later.
All right, this is blasphemy. By the game's end, Evra was fuming. So he did what any man would. He called Suarez out, telling French TV that Suarez used racial insults to him no less than 10 times. But Suarez denied the claims, and Liverpool believed him. So the very next game, the whole fanbase wore t-shirts with his name and number on the back. However, in the end, the FA found Suarez guilty and handed him an 8-match ban. But come on, man. Evra went through the ringer. We gotta show him some love.
It's about the education, doing like something, I don't know, sending him to Africa, helping the kids, and to see like we all the same.
And love is the last word I'd use to describe our fifth moment.
Тоже пытается увести подальше от этого всего, да.
Ну и вот концовка. Да, оказались... Так, но Родригау уже ногой начал толкать Николсона и в ответ получил удар рукой. Ну и это уже напоминает все, что было как-то в Раменском между ЦСКА и Сатурном.
6 red cards in a 50-man brawl? This got out of hand fast. And if you think that's excessive, then you gotta hear about our final 3 moments. Because at number 3, one of the world's biggest rivalries went off the rails. See, no two teams hate each other as much as Manchester United and Arsenal. But in 2005, a single clash between Keane and Vieira personified how everyone else was feeling. You see, my man Roy Keane felt like Vieira was trying to bully his teammate Gary Neville. And this man really wasn't having it. So after the game, he said this.
Patrick Vieira is 6'4" and starts having a go at Gary Neville. He says, come and have a go at me. Simple as that.
Do you feel battle lines were drawn before you even went on the pitch?
Well, if players want to intimidate some of my teammates, then let's have a go at some of the other players. They think Gary Neville's an easy target, but I wasn't having it.
And then Vieira also had to explain his piece. Only this moment came years later.
And that time I was getting really frustrated about the number of challenges that and the foul aggressivity that he was giving to our players, to Arsenal players. So as a captain, as a leader, I wanted to put him under pressure a little bit.
Yeah, this dude was trying to get under Keane's feathers, and it made them both look stupid. But hey, when you put Man United and Arsenal in the same tunnel, what did they expect would happen? Just like when I didn't expect the brutality that was Leeds versus Chelsea. You see, football 50 years ago was a completely different game, but nothing will ever compare to a 1970 match between these two teams. A whopping 28 million Britons watched the game on TV, meaning it was practically the whole world watching, and fans were so excited. That was before they watched these dudes trying to kill each other, and ultimately, Chelsea had won the game 2-1. But let's be real here. After this bloodbath, both teams were in shambles, and in 2020, Michael Oliver showed us just how bad it really was. He was one of the Premier League's most famous and brightest refs. And had he reffed this game, it would have given out a record 11 red cards. Yeah, it was that brutal. But brutal takes on a whole different meaning when your life is at stake. As Newcastle captain Jamal Lascelles was just hanging outside a nearby nightclub. Newcastle had about 2 days before their next game, so it was their chance to live it up. But suddenly, a gang of 6 to 8 men approached them, and that's when things got real serious. Because next, a man elbowed his 19-year-old brother in the face, kicked his friend unconscious. His brother was bleeding, punches were thrown, and Lascelles was devastated. But when emergency services arrived shortly after, the gang had ran away. Meanwhile, his friend was unconscious for 15 minutes, until finally he woke up again. Yet when Lascelles' friend came back from the dead, he had a hard time returning back to football. He was a healthy scratch his next game. And honestly, you can't blame him, because at the end of the day, friends and family, that's bigger than football. But now that you finished watching this video, we're practically family. So why not have both family and football by clicking this video right here on screen?